Hey everyone, in today's class we'll see how we can create table using SQL commands in OpenOffice space. So as you can see the syntax to create table in SQL by using SQL command is create and then table, then give any valid name to your table. Now the fields or the column you want in your table, you have to enclose in a round bracket. So as you can see in this round bracket, and then put your field name or the column name, this is your first column, give a space and then give the data type to your column. Whatever data type you want for your column, you can write that. And then if it is a char or varchar, then you have to give the size also. Size also has to be inside the round bracket. Then if you want constraint, the constraints are the check you want to put in your column. So if you want a constraint, you can give by giving a space. Now put a comma and then write another column name, another field name you want, separating with the comma, and then write the column name too. And then the data type of your second column, and then again a space and constraint if you want for your second column. And this way you can separate the columns by comma, and all the columns has to be enclosed in a round bracket. Now after finishing all the columns, close the round bracket and then put a semicolon. Semicolon, that means the end of the command. Now this is the syntax. Now let us see one example. So in this example, I am going to create a table which is a student table. So the columns I'll be using in my table is, first is roll number, second one is name, third one is address, then fourth is class, and then date of birth. So as you can see in my first column, which is a roll number, it has numbers, that is numbers without decimal. So I can use integer here. In my name and address columns, as you can see, these are the alphanumeric or characters you can see here. In the next column also, these are the characters. So you can use either varchar or char. So whenever you are using varchar or char for your column, you have to give the size also. And as I told you in the syntax, the size has to be enclosed in a round bracket only. Now the next column will have the date, okay, that is date of birth. Date of birth will be in a date data type. So these are the columns I want in my table, and the table name is student. Let us see how we can write this command in OpenOffice space. Now let me first create a database. So this is my OpenOffice. I'll click on database and see, this is the first option, which is create a new database. Second is open an existing database file. So I want to create a new database, so I'll click on this and then click on next. Now here keep it default only, that is yes, register the database for me and open the database for editing also, and then click on finish. Now you have to save your database. So wherever you want to save, you can save it. I'll save it here only, and let me give it a name as class 10th batch 22. Okay, and then click on save. So the database is created. Now let us start creating table. There are so many ways to create table, but I am going to create table by using SQL command today. So to write SQL command, you have to click on tools and then click on SQL. Now you will get this window. Now here you have to type your command, and as I told you, the syntax is create. This is create and then click the table, give a space and write table. Create space table, give your table a valid name. I'll give name as student. Just remember one thing, the table name should not be already present in your database. That means the database you have created, it should not have two tables of the same name. It cannot have, in fact. So give it a name. I told you, you have to use a round bracket to give all the columns. So the columns I decided was roll number. Number one is roll number. As I told you, it is integer. Now the second column is name of the student. I'll give it as varchar. You can use any varchar or char. Give it a size. I'll give size as 25. Close the round bracket of size and then separate with the comma. Now the third column, number one more thing is I want to create, I want to assign a primary key to my first column, which is roll number. So after writing my column name and the data type, give a space and then write primary, primary, give a space and then write key. So that means column name, the data type, the constraint. The constraint is primary key. And you can see a space in between primary and then space and then key. Okay. Now comma and then second column, the data type, the size, comma, the third column. Now the third column I want as address and then I can give char or varchar. I'll use char varchar here, and let me give it a size as 30. So round bracket and then size, then comma, and then the next column. I want class as a column and I want character only. So character as a data type I have used. So I'll give size as 3. So 3 and then comma and then the last column. The last column I decided was date of birth. So I'll give DOB as the column name, that is date of birth. Okay, and then I'll give a data type as date. Close the round bracket. Closing round bracket means I have finished all the columns. So inside the round bracket only you have to write all the columns along with the data types. So the column and then space and then data type, then comma, then again next column, space, data type, then comma, column, space, data type. This is the way. And then close the round bracket when you finished with all the columns. And after that you have to use semicolon here. After semicolon, click on execute. So as you can see, this is the command successfully executed. That means the table is already created now. Let me close this and let me show it to you. As you can see, there is no table here. So you can click on view and then click on refresh tables. So this is the table we have created. Let me double click this. So as you can see, this is a table data view. So that means you can start inserting the record in this view. We have created columns like roll number, name, address, class and date of birth. So this is the way you can create table by using SQL command. So in our next class we will see how we can write command to insert a record. Okay, so that's all for today's class. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe the channel.